Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Adiola Masako, and in today's video we are going to be looking at different types of deodorants and how to stay odor free. So if you're new here, welcome. On this channel I talk about fashion, I talk about organizing, and I also review products. So stay tuned if you like those kind of things. So a lot of us use deodorants or antiperspirants to manage our sweats every day. They work in two different ways. As for deodorants, they simply just make your sweats smell better. For antiperspirants, they basically try to make you sweat less. So that's the difference between the both of them. In some cases, we have some people who sweat a lot, and the reason why that might occur might be because of medication, sometimes medical conditions such as diabetics, sometimes it could be where you have hot flushes here and there, and some people it's during or after menopause, and for some it's basically just genetics. So if you're someone who sweats excessively, or you sweat a lot in that situation, what I would do is please talk to someone. Do not be like me, who went and gotten some injection under my arms many years ago without seeing a dermatologist, without having anybody's advice. I just went in on the internet, googled what does it take if someone sweats a lot, and then realized that you can get injections for it. But apparently the reason why I was sweating at that time was because I was going to a lot of interviews. I was in between jobs trying to get a job, so I was going for a lot of interviews, and like most people do, I would sweat during my interview because it's a lot of pressure. You're thinking you're going to get a job anyway. If you're that kind of person who sweats a lot, I would say you can talk to your mom. If you're a young person, talk to a friend. If you've got a good friend, talk to a family member. Talk to someone and get good advice so that you can actually be diagnosed properly before you go ahead and start using something that might not be necessary for you. For me, I did have the injections. They hurt as hell, but they didn't do anything. I still went for my next interview, and I still got sweat all over me. So I would say that is the first thing you want to do. You want to either speak to your GP, speak to a dermatologist, speak to someone who is medically informed and be able to put you in the right way. Now, take this from someone who has tried almost everything. When I say almost everything, from natural to remedy to, I don't really do a lot of DIY, but I have tried a lot of products, and I've come to the conclusion that not one size is going to fit all for me. So in different situations, I use different kind of products in terms of deodorants. So if you have a young one, in terms of someone who is just coming to their teenage years, if you're older, if you're someone who sweats a lot, if you're someone who just wants to know what is best out there, keep watching and let's see how we get on. Now, we can't talk about deodorants or antiperspirants without talking about aluminium. It seems to be the thing everybody's trying to avoid at the moment because obviously nobody wants to have breast cancer. They do contain a lot of ingredients, and one of them is aluminium salt. So aluminium salt, what it does is it melts into your skin and clogs up your pores so that you sweat less. So that's the way it works. I mean, if you have an antiperspirant that works, is the one that has that aluminium salt. Now, the problem is a lot of people, or a lot of research has been done to find out that does this actually cause breast cancer? But there's not a lot of results to support that. As far as most scientists are concerned, they don't cause any kind of harmful disease to our body, but it is also out there in quotes that it might cause breast cancer, but very little evidence shows that. So if you're one who, you don't want to be that person to experiment, or not experiment, you want to be on the safe side, definitely go for deodorants. Or if you really like your antiperspirants, go and look for one that doesn't have aluminium salt in it. So this takes me to the products that I use. This one is called the Dove Even Tone. I really like this product because when I had a bit of a dark underarm, I used this and it works really well. a tip for using this will be, you make sure you use it up to you finish using it before you use anything else. Don't go in between there. Just for a general tip, don't go in between deodorants. Just stick to one, then finish using it. Unless you're going to stop using it, chuck it and get a new one. I would say for you to get the full effect of a deodorant, make sure you use it all the way to the end. So that's what I did with this, and it works really well. Number one, it's also it has aluminum inside of it. It is an antiperspirant and it is a deodorant, so it smells really nice. It has this baby powder kind of smell, a little bit stronger than that, but this is the stick, so it's not a clear stick, it's like a powdery stick, which means when you want to use it, if you have any deodorant that is not clear, even if it's clear, I've gotten to the habit of just using it after I've put on my clothes. So if you use it before you put on your clothes and you put your clothes on, you will get marks, you know, you have that white marks, and that means that most of your deodorants is already on your clothes rather than it being under your armpits. And two, if you're wearing a shirt button, that's also a good idea. You can, you know, put it on before you close your buttons. But generally, if you're wearing a dress or any kind of top, I would say put that on first and then go in with your deodorant. So this is my number one. If you wanted to tackle your underarm, this is a good one. I have a combination that I do use. I'll tell you about that later. Keep watching and I'll show you how to keep your armpits nice and even tone. So, but this is one of the ones I use for that situation. Now, if you're looking for a deodorant that is paraben and aluminium free, this is one of the best in the market. This is the one that I've tried and I can tell you that as well. Like I said, in the past, I have tried deodorants that are natural. They just don't do the work for me. But this one, my daughter uses it. It's really, really good. Like I said, if you've got a young one who's getting to their teenage years, to start them with something that is completely natural, this is a good option. It actually really does work really well. And this is coconut and vanilla flavor, should I say. Smells so good. I really like the smell of this one, and it is clear, so again, you know, it doesn't leave you any marks, which is really good. One thing I found with me is if it's clear and it doesn't have a solid cream, it doesn't work well with me. So that might be a tip for you if you're finding that you're using a particular kind of deodorant and you tend to sweat at a particular time of the day. Try and switch it off, or try and switch to one that doesn't have a clear application, should I say, that doesn't have a clear application. For me, that's the reason why I haven't really used this. For my daughter, it works really, really well. It works for quite a few of my friends that I know are using it as well. So now, I couldn't get this from amazon.co.uk. I get it from amazon.com, same as the one I mentioned previously. These two I get from amazon.com because I can't get them in the UK, but they're definitely worth it. So I mentioned earlier that some deodorants are antiperspirant and deodorant. This one is a typical example. I really like this Dove powder. It works really, really well as well. I've used this, like I used to use it a lot back in a couple of years ago. But what I realized is my body gets used to deodorant and then it stops working. So I really like this one because the powder smell. So I'm one of those people, by now you know that I'm very particular about smells, whether it's by candles or perfume or body spray. So this powdery smell is really, really nice because it kind of masks your sweats. Instead of you smelling sweat, you kind of smell this. And because it's an antiperspirant, I expected that I would not sweat. Yes, like I said, in the first couple of weeks or months, weeks goes by, it's fine. But after a while, I start to sweat halfway through the day. So I stopped using this. And then I picked up this Maison powder friend. I really like her powder smell. I think they smell really, really nice. This is also a antiperspirant and a deodorant, which also does the same thing. So I started using this, and then yes, I wasn't having any smell. I wasn't getting any sweats because that's what it's meant to do throughout the day initially, and then after a while, when it comes to halfway through the day, I'm starting to sweat. take this for someone who has their eating on half of the time of the day, but take it from someone who's not really active, who does the school run heavy now and then. And yes, I do go for walks and things like that. So pretty much normal day. Like, it's not like maybe I'm rushing here and there all the time. So it says 48 hours, but for me, it just doesn't work for 24. It doesn't even work for the whole day. So what I found that works a lot better in terms of putting all these things together is I use a combination. So in the morning, I use my Donna Karan. Now, this has been the best I have come across so far. So good. DKNY, I don't know what they put in this thing, but it really works. It's an antiperspirant and deodorant as well. It also has this white marks. It will leave you white marks if you don't like that, but it smells amazing. It's actually unisex, both men and women can use this. It's really nice. I like the smell, and I like it lasts a lot longer. But then again, I know that it's probably come to a time that it might not work. So for me, I have to keep switching in between deodorants. So for me, my remedy to making sure that I smell fresh all day starts from the night before. Let me tell you what I do. So we start the night before with this, the ordinary glycolic acid. I found this on Living Ash YouTube channel. I follow her. She's very good with all this kind of stuff as well. So this, I've finished mine, so I've got a new one. So basically, this is meant to be a face toner, but it's very popular for people using it underneath their hands. One, it would make sure that you have the same skin tone underneath your hands, and number two, it works as an anti-deodorant. So some people use this and they don't use deodorants at all. Some people spray this underneath their hands in the morning and they're good to go. For me, because I read it said, you know, use at night time, I literally just use it, put it on a cotton bud and wipe my armpits with it at night time. So I know that when I wake up in the morning, my sweating oil is going to be reduced. So I will still use a deodorant, especially my Donna Karan one. I will use this and then I am good to go. That's it. So it's a combination of this, but you start the night before until the morning. If you use this too and you get any results, let me know. If you're using any of the two, let me know at the comments below. If you've heard of this for the first time, let me know at the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. So my next deodorant is a French one, so pardon my French here. It is Maison Louis Marie number 4. I really like this one. I used this for a long time as well. I've actually finished using it. It smells really nice. So this is very similar to the Donna Karan one, but the difference between it is that this is a clear applicator instead of the one that's powdery where you get the white marks with it. This also really works because this is just a deodorant. It's not an antiperspirant and a deodorant. It's just a deodorant. So what it does is it allows you to sweat. You will sweat, but your sweat will smell like this is, I can't remember. It's a clear but also floral smell. This really works for a long time. It's also ideal for if you're going out at night time and if you're going clubbing and you know you're going to be sweating and you want it to just smell really nice. This is a good one. Like I said, I finished using it and then I came across the Donna Karan one, and to be honest, I don't think I can pick one of the two because this is like the first one that is a clear deodorant but also works really well for me. So I use this most of the time if I'm going out at night, or if I'm going somewhere not for a long time, I would use this. But like I said, there's another deodorant I have to show you, and it's this Kosas spot. I came across this when I was doing my research for underarms tone, because like I said, I had a little bit of a dark underarm at some point. So I was looking for something just something natural that doesn't completely like bleach the skin or anything like that. I just wanted it to be even tone, and that's it. This is a really good option. It's called Kosas Spot. It's chemistry. doesn't have any smell. There's I bought 2 different types, and I think this is the one with the odorless one, and it's unisex as well. So this is, I think I gave this to my husband. This one has got a little fragrant to it. Let me just smell that. It's very light. So if you don't like any kind of smell in your deodorants, this one's a very good option. And if you wanted to make sure that you are using deodorants that makes sure that your underarms are even toned. Now, I can't tell you that I got any results from this because I wasn't diligent in using it. And the reason why, like I said, when it comes to clear deodorants, they don't really do it for me. It's very hard for me to find one that really works, apart from the Maison one like I just mentioned. This is a clear, and it comes like a gel kind of form, which is not really my favorite, but I still use it very, very often when I am shooting a video like this, especially if it's a fashion one where I'm going to be changing quite often. I do tend to use this deodorant because, one, it doesn't leave any stains, because my other ones, even though they do last a lot longer, but they leave stains on your clothes, and I don't want to wash all my clothes because I want to just put them on and I'm changing to another one in a couple of minutes. So I don't want to wash all of them, and I don't want them having stains on them. So this is a very good, it's very clear, very even tone deodorant. So if you wanted to go for something like that, I would go for this. Now, even though these are the products I've showed you, trust me, I have used quite a lot of products over my lifetime. So let me just do a quick recap so you know which product is for what time of the day. Depending on your body chemistry, we are all going to differ anyway. But if you wanted a natural deodorant that doesn't have any aluminium or paraben, then I will go for this native. They come in different variety of flavors, and this is coconut and vanilla. This is one of my favorite. Like I said, you probably have to get it from the US. Okay, and this is my favorite too. Today I still use this as a top up most of the time because I'm trying to stay away from aluminium products as well, but it just seems to be the one that really works for me. So this, if you're into a powdery smell, this goes a very long way. It smells really nice as well. And then if you are very particular about the smell, I would like the Donna Karan one. It smells really, really nice. It is a deodorant and antiperspirant at the same time, so you don't really get to break out in smell in sweat that much, and even if you do, you would have this beautiful smell coming out. The only thing about this, it leaves white marks on your clothes, but it's very easy to use. It really dissolves very, very easily as well. And if you don't want to spend, now this is expensive, if you don't want to spend that kind of money on that, try this one first. This Dove powder, I really like this. It works really, really well as well. It has that powdery smell again, and lasts for at least good 24 hours, as it said on there, which I quite like. Very in terms of price, I think this is a good one to try. And if this doesn't work, or if you wanted something that's a lot more smell to it, then I'll go for the Donna Karan one. Now, like I said, we start from the night before. I use this the ordinary, and I put it on a cotton board and just wipe my armpits with it. It doesn't matter if you've had your bath at night or not. Just wipe your armpits and go to bed. In the morning, you will be fine. So I also would use a deodorant in the morning. Not just because I've used this doesn't mean I wouldn't. Some people don't, and some people in the morning, they put this in a spray bottle and spray their armpits with it, and they bypass the whole deodorant thing altogether. I am not that brave yet, so I'm still gonna put on some deodorants. And then Maison also does very, very similar to DKNY, but it's a gel form rather than a powdery form. Also works really, really well, and also smells really nice at night. If you wanted to go out at night, if you know you're going to be sweating and you just want to have that really nice smell coming out, this is a very good one. My last two are for the under armpits in terms of toning the under armpits. This even tone Dove is very difficult to come across. Like I said, I had to get it from the US. This you would find, I think I got this from the Free People, or I will have the links below for you. I'll have all the links below, and if you have any questions, let me know at the comments below. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to smash the like button, share, it really does help my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, we would like for you to join us on this channel. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video.